Hello, everybody. This is Stephen Whitfield with Drilling Contractor here at the IADC booth at the 2023 Offshore Technology Conference in Houston. And I am joined right now by Lamberto Nonno, North America HSE Director at Baker Hughes. And we're going to be talking a bit about safety, a little bit about SIFs, serious injuries, fatalities, and sort of the value in the industry, a whole lot of stuff here. So Lamberto, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for the opportunity.
So we're here at the Offshore Technology Conference, but I actually want to ask you a little bit about a previous conference that IADC held a little bit earlier from here, the 2023 Health, Safety, Environment, and Training Conference. You moderated a panel on SIFs, and in that panel, you kind of talked a little bit about how we're seeing a shift in the model from TRIR to SIFs, and I guess I want to ask sort of, what is the value that you see with SIF model in this industry? Sort of where are we seeing that shift?
So, Stephen, as an industry, we came a long way with protecting our people. But, if we're still facing serious injuries and fatalities, this is where we need to put, our efforts. This is where you want to really make a difference. And, if taking care of the twisted ankle is still important, but not as important as taking care of fatalities and permanent impairment. Gladly, we got more minor injuries than serious injuries, right? But emphasizing the importance of the serious injuries and fatality is there what will make the difference, on how we act and protect our people. The issue with the TRIR is that they include all these recordables, the OSHA consider recordables, but OSHA never designed TRIR, for us to use to define how, a single company is really doing safe in their operations. And even when you think, we talk a lot about this accident triangle, right? And we say, you work on the base and you can eliminate also the serious injuries. It doesn't really work like that because the cause of the serious injuries are not the same of the minor injuries, right? The Herbert-Enrich safety pyramid, it's like the geocentric model in astronomy, right? Thinking that the Earth is at the center of the university is fascinating, but by now we prove it is wrong.
So in your opinion, is the industry embracing this concept of an SIF model in HSE reporting? If not, what do we need to see happen to where we get there with that full sort of embrace of it?
So, Stephen, I already seen, operators, drilling contractors, some service company already adapting the metric, right? And if you see, the IOGP, the International Association of Oil and Gas Producers, has actually released a guidance, fatality and permanent impairment guidance last November. So we know how to record and report. And if you think about the IOGP members, they annually report safety data to IOGP. So now they will just, start reporting the FPI data as well, right? So when you think like that, we have started the journey, right? So I would say now the challenging probably step is better in understanding how to classify the potential SIF, right? But I do expect soon, really soon, to see bid proposal, tenders, even performance review, where you will see customers and contractors discussing about, SIF or FPI, right? This is going to happen. I think the challenge that remains is really identifying those gaps that leads to SIF, right? And making sure that we work on them. I would say that the real turning point for our industry in the way we create safety is to make sure that as an industry, we understand the learning from normal work is much more important, that finding the culprit on a twisted ankle. We really need to count what it does count.
It's interesting that you sort of bring up this new view of, or sort of looking at how we view safety within the industry. That leads me to another question I have dating back to the HSET conference, where several presenters at that conference that kind of talked about looking at how we view safety within the industry, particularly rethinking safety as more of managing a capacity for failure than anything else. And I guess I want to ask, where do SIFs fit in with that? And if they fit in with it, how do they fit in there?
This is a challenging question because, focusing on SIF doesn't make you better at creating safety capacity. It's creating safety capacity that makes you better on SIF, right? It's about really emphasizing the importance of SIF that will drive you in doing better and putting the right efforts on it, right? And because SIF, most often is an outcome of an operational failure. So making your operation safe doesn't necessarily mean you need to prevent an operational failure. It actually means you need to create a system that is resilient to such failure in a way to prevent the outcome. And because the reason is that we want to create safety capacity because having no accident, it doesn't mean you are safe. It's not that you are not having an accident tomorrow because you didn't have today, right? Creating safety capacity is about having the possibility to fail safe without harming anyone in the front line, right? And actually, in September, we are going to run a panel at the IADC HSNE conference in Amsterdam, where actually we'll discuss how organization can leverage human performance and learning from normal work to really create the safety capacity, really embracing human performance principle to making sure that we keep our people safe, right? And I really suggest you, to join, and it's a great venue, fantastic speaker, and a lot to learn.
Let's go to the last question that I have, and it's more of a company-specific one. You're with Baker Hughes, and obviously, you guys' safety is everything with everybody. So I want to ask about the relationship with SIFs and how Baker Hughes sort of approaches safety. How are you guys sort of incorporating SIFs into your HSE reporting?
Now, of course, we have adopted the fatality and permanent impairment as per the IOGP guidance, right? We are flagging all the incidents that meet the criteria. But I think that I'd rather share, what we are doing for preventing injuries, right? Preventing the serious injuries, preventing the fatality. And I think I can share probably three things that are applicable to anyone. I would say first, it's making sure that all the leaders really are trained and understand human and organizational performance. And really, this is not just for the HSNE agenda, because understanding human organizational performance provides a leader really for a deeper grasp of why people do what they do, right? In any activities or service delivery. Second, we are investing heavily time and resources on learning from normal work. And really deferring, expertise to the front line. Asking the people, what is that really making your job difficult? And last but not least, in high risk activities, we are not trying to prevent human error, but we are designing the activities around human error. Because if we really want to make every day a perfect HSNE day, the more the SIF risk, the more your system must be able to handle a certain dose of human error.
Well, Lamberto, thank you so much for telling us a little bit more about SIFs. I'm sure that the conference in September is going to have a lot more information, and we'll be on the lookout for all of that stuff. Thank you for giving us a little bit of a taste here.
Thanks for the opportunity, and yes, I'm looking forward for that conference as well.
And thank you for visiting Drilling Contractor.